All right, welcome to the open of the crude oil market. It opened up at 8 a.m. Uh, in America. America. Uh, well, it's actually it's a 24/7 market for the most part. It used to be the open outcry. It came in at 8 o'clock or 9 o'clock a.m. So let's not concern ourselves with that. But let's talk about this was the close of the trade that we had from the overnight, and now we're in that process of looking for something new. And what we have right now is highest volume bar back here. And what we want to double check right now is to make sure that since we're on the third, is it second week? No, this is the second week of March. So next week, no, this is the third week. So we want to double check right now is since the market's open, is how close is April to May as far as contracts down here at the bottom. What I'm looking at, let me get my screen draw tool out so you see. What I'm looking at on the T4 platform is down here. What is that? What is this between April to May? What I'm trying to do is figure out how close are we to switching contracts. So this has got 75,000 here, and double check that again. Yeah, 75,000, and we have 221. So we're still actively trading, and then you just need to open up those again. We're still actively trading the April contract, so we'll keep our eyes on that for tomorrow to see if May becomes the active trading contract right now. So at this point in time, we can still say that April is the contract that we're paying attention to. What we can say about today's trading so far, after the opening trade that we got out of, and now that I'm looking at the 8 o'clock mark and past, I'm looking for a high volume bar, and what we have right now is a whole lot of nothing. So we had our bar up here at the this is above 1,000. Now this horizontal line is marked at 1,000 right now. It's close to it. It's about 1,004, right on the 1,000 mark. And so it's just there as a reminder for the eye. If you see a high volume above 1,000, we might have something to do at that point. Right now, we don't have anything to do if we're looking at after that trade was over, if there's anything to take advantage of. And this was the close of this particular trade on the 14th of March from the overnights. And if you look here on volume right now, do you see anything above 1,000 up to the current market? And the answer to that is no. So that's kind of the way I look at the market as an overall. Is what am I looking for? What am I looking? I'm looking for something to. Oh, by the way, I got my CT scan today done and my KUB for my kidney stones. So I'm thanks for the prayers and whatnot. But so what am I waiting on? I'm waiting on something to a decision point, a line in the sand, whatever you want to call it, to want to get involved in the market right now. So there's nothing to get us excited about it. So what I do is stand aside until I see something that I want to trade. So when I do see something I want to trade, I'll record it and we'll talk about it in a little bit. All right? Bye for now. So let's talk about what's happening and setting up here. We're getting ready to run close to the highs right now, say 58.67. And what I'm looking for, expecting to see, is that there it is, another blue bar. And this is live because I just, you know, it is what it is. You just after a while you just kind of know what the market wants to do or try to do. So this is what you would consider a double top right now. If you look at your 5-minute chart, we're at a double top. Or really, I guess we can look back and see here. It's been here before. So it's almost a triple top. So fourth time through, perhaps, we'll see. Or is it going to sell off again? So the blue bar is the highest volume bar again, and I believe it's become the newest highest volume bar. Let's double check. And I'm waiting for a 1, 2, 3 to set up. 1435. So it's 1435 is highest, and second highest decision mark is right here at 1258 right now. Let me pause here for a second. Actually, we're waiting, so it's underneath right now. And what I'm looking for is the market to get back up here, close above our highway, and all things being equal, well, no, it's still going a little bit lower. So we're just waiting for an entry point right now. Let me pause until I see something. All right, so we're trying to get above here. All things being equal, we're looking, we get a close above the highway, which we're seeing. Waiting for this bar to finish. Okay, it did finish. So we have an entry point at 49. 58.49 is our entry point to short the market right now. Notice we have a 14 tick stop. This is my combine account, so this would actually end up being trade number 1 if filled. And this will be my only trade for the day since I didn't catch the morning, the overnight trade. So what we're looking at right now is a 1, 2, 3 setup. This is the 1 point, 2 point, 3 point. We're getting involved a little below here, and we're looking for the market to run further down. Go down there and hit some lows. So a continuation pattern. Right now, what do we know about the market? 67's held. It went up to 65. It doesn't mean it won't. It could run 67 and continue forward. But this is where I see value to run short again. So what I want to double check here is how many times have we attempted this mark on the session. All right, so we've been up to the highs once here. We went up here at 740, that's 2, and this is the third time up here. So if it swings down and comes back up, there's a possible signal on the other side of this going up through here. It'd be the fourth time through 67. So what we want to do is bracket this trade. We want to be in this. We just don't know which way it wants to go. So fourth time through, we want to go long at 69, and we want to be short at 49. First one filled is our trade for the day. So we're going to go long on the fourth time through, and we're going to go short with the continuation. And this will be our only trade for the day. And let's unfreeze this so you can see. This is our long setup, going 2 ticks higher than the high of the market. And this is our short setup. And we're still looking for a 33 tick win, a 2p target. So let's stop this video here and wait till, and I'll unpause once one of the sides are filled. Looks like we're getting close to getting filled here. Figured I'd unpause. So this will be the fourth time up to the point. I want to see if there's any power behind the up move or if it wants to sell off from here. But this is how we're set up. We're set up for a fourth time through to the long side, or we're a continuation of the short. And this will be my one and only trade for the day, whichever side gets filled first. I'm almost tempted to have With 14 ticks, I could take on 2 trades a day. I might do that. Since this is a continuation, you can look at both sides of this market as a trade right now. If one side fails, the other one probably works. This is considered, and that's part of the course itself, is determine what I want to, how I want to attack the markets. This is a bracketed trade, so if this side doesn't work out, this side most likely will be the side that works out. So this will be a continuation with 14 ticks, 2 trades. That'll be a total loss of 28. That's all right. I can live with that. We always try to stay above. We don't try to go above 30 ticks if possible. Now, if this would have been 20 ticks coming through here, that would give us the ability to, well, we'll see what happens. What I want to do, though, is see what the market wants to do here. You can see it heating up a little bit now, right? Something's happened. Here's 111 here at 65. 99 up at 70. So we got some stops to run on the upside. So let's plug in our numbers here in our spreadsheet. 58.69 on 58.69 on the long, 58.49 on the short. Our targets right now will be 59.02 on the up, or 58.16 on the short. That's our targets on the trade. That's our 2P targets. Where am I getting that? From my spreadsheet, obviously. So 58.69, target is 59.02, and 58.49, target is 58.16. My breakfast is chiming. I'll be right back. Still heating up here. All right, let's pause here, make this part C until we get filled, or part whatever. Unpaused here. So reached up to the high here. And got a coil pattern. So we're going to definitely shoot somewhere. I'm assuming that it's going to shoot through this high up through here, and look, it's got 105 to take out at 65, 102 to take out at 70. You have 74, 75 right here at 67. So when it runs, it probably runs really quick up through here for a little bit. We'll see if it has enough power to get our 2P target once it runs. The other side of this will be the top, and it'll shoot on down. So let's pause, see what happens. All right, so now what do we see? 92, 138, 98. See if this is holding. be a powerful signal fourth time through. Like what side wants to win this one, right? Be back. Attempting it again, so unpause just in case it shoots through here. I wanted a video to catch it. With as long as it's taken here, we won't take the other side of the trade. It could, I don't know. It's half a dozen of one, half a dozen of another. If it just barely peaks above here, and then it could sell off. What we want to see when it does, if it runs high, is it runs quickly up. So initial target on the 69 is 85 for 1p. We're going to hold 1R versus 2p though. We're going to say either one of the others getting run. So we want to see a 2p up move, which would bring it to 59.18. $65. Trying to get through that. I think put 102 at 65, 148 at 71. We got filled at 74. No, well there's a filled at 65. There's something that you can take advantage of, right? So we're gonna get rid of the 49. We get positive slippage in the account. Let's unlock. Let's lock this back up here. So we actually got filled at 65, but we wanted 69. So it gives us the ability to go after target's 5902. That's what we're going for, 5902. That was our 69 plus, so 5902 target. Our 69 stop is should have been 56. So let's air to 55. I don't like double 5. So if it goes to 6, it goes 5. So let's hold at 56. And we have a highest volume bar on the charts now on the short side. If it wouldn't have filled us on the long, we have a reversal point right there at 66, almost. Still need to wait for it to close above. And this is part of our trade right now. So what we have right now, we actually have a 66 short closing with an actual signal of 64 to go short here, based upon highest volume bar right here. So if this doesn't work going up, we want to be short. So let's air to that's how we're setting up. This is highest volume bar, 25.84. So if this, we want to be short below the 66 mark. This is how I'm going to handle it. I'm going to pause the video here. Now, this is the true signal. True signal is short below here. We just barely peaked above there. So we probably run lower quicker. Alright, so this is the true signal now at 64. And our target is 58.31. Let's double check that. Yep, 58.31 is where we're heading for. That's what we want to see. I don't like being on the even numbers, so we're going to air to 79. We'll take that tick gain, and this is our trade for the day. There's our trade. Highest volume bar on the blue side right there. This became highest volume bar, 2584. Coming in at 9:02 a.m. So what are we looking for on the short side? Right now, if it wants to run, I'm looking at 48. And underneath 48 is our target of 31. Right there, you can see the target right there. That's our 2P target. And we'll talk about the rest of the trade a little bit later. But let's stop this and then we'll... Alright, so we're set up. We're believing in highest volume bar. And we're looking for a... Actually, I think we can get a 3P sell-off right now. Maybe even a lot more. What's the low right now? Let's see where the lows are. 58.26. It's mid. 5800. Yeah, we can get that 15. But we'll protect. We're going to try to get to 3P. See if we can catch something here. But 31, we're going to get very strict, once we get here to 31, if we get there, I'll get very tight on my stop placement. You'll see. But a little bit of discretion here, going after that 3P target. We've already run a 3P target today, and we can see where our lows are, so we can run down here easily, run down to the 5800 mark and run through that. The pivot point is at pivots at 94, so we can easily run back down there again. Alright, so let's pause here until we run the 1P target, and then we'll talk about it, or we get run out. Alright, so we've reached to 1P. It was 48. And I'm not moving the stop unless I see a high red bar volume to match this blue one. I apologize in the background, I'm going to be printing something. Pausing here. Now, I don't know if this is going to be the end of it or not, but you'll see a lot of times the market will go back to your entry point and then it'll sell off. Now, obviously, if it goes the other way, then we're going to get stopped out here at 79, and that's not a bad place to be. It's 5 ticks higher than the high, so it means it's got to have enough momentum not only to get to 74, but to run 5 ticks higher than that, which obviously the market can do whatever it wants on any given day. But hey, it's definitely a great trade setup to start with. We're off pausing this because we're getting close. It could run us out of the market here. And this is what I mean about not moving to break even here. Because if it does run down, I'm in good position. And if it runs me out, then I have my plan for that. My one trade, the true trade was the short here. Long after it didn't break through, we went and reversed. So I'm good with the entry point. So this would be that one trade, and if it goes to the moon from here, it goes without me. That's just the way it is. So I'm trying to break these videos into bite-sized chunks here. That's why I'm making so many of them. And we're seeing if we can bust through this 49. Now, here's the point that you want to be thinking about getting the break even. Once we get down, back down to here, then it's time to get to break even. Let's see what happens here, though. Because at this point, we don't want to take a loss if it comes all the way back into this 47, 48 level. We want to, then we want to protect. Apologize, I have to print something off in the background. So now this is good enough for me personally to get the break even. We've already been here before, right? Now it's a matter of, this is when you get the break even. And now this is our trade for the day. If it double bottom and then it comes up here and knocks us out, so be it. But we've already, this is what we're looking to shoot through now. Now we've got a protected trade. And this is what I meant by, I guess this is the full strategy. You know, you don't want to move to break even until, well, look at that. So this is a lot of the times it would catch my ass. I get my ass handed to me, and the market would go the way I thought it was going to go to start with. Now, if we want to have some kicks and giggles today, and if the market really wants to fall, I want to see it move to 57.19 or close to it. Now, where is that close to today? That's a 9p move, right? 7p is 49. Interesting. So here's where we want to lock in some profit. We've busted that, and we want to get at least 3 ticks away from this trade now. This is where we lock in profit. This is how I trade all the time. Once we bust this new low and it doesn't shoot through, I don't know which way the market wants to go, but I definitely want to protect the trade. So if it does run me out at 61, we can protect plus 2 ticks here. And the other side of this, how far do we think the market can run, right? If it doesn't take us out, we're thinking a 3p target right now. But if it does shoot new lows, which it could, a 4p is 57.98, a 5 is 57.82. Where do we think it can go below this 5800? It can certainly get under the pivot point, right? So what's our closest target we have to the pivot point? 57.98. That looks good to me. So there we go. That's how we'll set this trade up. But once we get here, we'll take anything from 31 to 98. Unless it obviously runs us out, right? Apologize for the print behind, but need to get this printed off. It is the last page, though. You know what? Let's just protect 1 tick here. Really didn't see it come all the way back right now. If it does come all the way back, then I really honestly don't know which way the market is going to go. It can go any which way it wants at that point, right? So I'm watching the clock here, trying to keep these little videos to about 4 or 5 minutes. We'll see us get to a 2p target, which would be 31. Hey, Larry Williams fans out here. Learned a lot from him over the years and some other traders. All right, let's look at this. This last high right there was 59. We add 3 ticks to it is 62. I'm okay at 62 now. And let's, I hate stopping this video right here because we could shoot through. But let's stop and get that next video rolling here. So in the end, it could just be a little bit of a break-even trade here. But hey, it is what it is at this point. It's we've given ourselves our best opportunity. We were able to fight off this particular screen draw. Let me get that out. We were able to fight that off, right, from this. And now we're seeing if we can hold and it'll shoot down. Looking for the market to bust the lows a little bit on the way down. Taking advantage of momentum and highest volume bar being on our blue side. So what are we looking for? We're looking for another 50 tick move here, and trade inside a range is what we're looking for us to move to pivot. Um, Pivot point magnetism, if you remember any of my old stuff, PPM, right? So I'm trading the pivot point. And hopefully bank some profits here, since it's given us the opportunity to get more than a 2p move. If it wants to get down there, I mean, let's take advantage of it and let's bank that. Worst case scenario is we'll be at a break-even trade today, and we'll call it a day and look for tomorrow. Pausing. See if we can break it to 31 to get the 2p now, or we get knocked out. Be back. So what do we know about this trade right now? We know if it gets up here at around the 62-64 mark, the odds of it hitting a new high are a lot greater, because it'll break the pattern here of higher lows, lower highs, higher lows, lower highs, lower highs, lower highs. It'll actually break the lower high pattern that we're seeing right now. It could run all the way back to 71, but that's why we don't want, well, we just protect where we are, because we went back through here and now we're at our break-even target. It went down, so this is when we had our full stop on, and came back up and went back through here. This is when we want to protect, because the market can easily shoot up to new highs. And the longer it settles around here without breaking through, the greater the odds of it, if nothing else, settling in around here and doing absolutely nothing for a while. I mean, we took our best shot at the market. Either it wants to run or it doesn't, but we'll take our small gain if it knocks us out, and we'll look at tomorrow. So here's an interesting development right there. Look at that 60, 167. Got my rally hat on here. Let's just protect one tick. You can see the sticking point right there, right? If we don't bust down through here now, we're going to go up higher. So all right, see if there's any strength to the short here. Alright, we survived that. We'll see what happens here. Let me pause this one and we'll start a new one. Now it's a matter of what do we not want to see right now. We don't want to see 62. We don't want to see it go back there again. So we'll protect the 62 line. You can air to 63, but we don't want to see 62. Just getting very close to our entry point. This is a little GAN signal setting up here, if you remember some of my older stuff. Fourth time through coming this way. So what I'm looking for is the market to at least get down to here and run through it. Might get stuck in this though, and then it'll continue on down. But we're going to stay to our plan here. There's a short signal below this 55. If you would get run out here, you would look at the short side of the fourth time through, coming down here at 55 going to 53. But we're going to bypass that trade setup because we don't have enough equity to be pissing around the market right now. We need to build up. And we're not going to take a winning day and turn it into a losing day either. But just so you know, that's the GAN fourth time through signal. I'm going to pause here. We survived. I don't know what's going to happen here. Run us out, run down. It's going to do something. So I'm looking for the market to break through this mark right here, 43, to come through here. We have this, 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 this. We're looking for the market to break through this way, at least get down to this low. Alright, that gives me the strength to believe that 62 is going to hold now. We'll hold the 62 line. If it runs us out, it runs us out. Now we've protected our 62 mark. If it goes up to 62, most likely it's going to shoot on up. There's 61. Look at that. Someone's trying to drive it down. See that? All the contracts coming in right there. So there's some interest at 61. So 62 is good. All right. All this for a couple ticks today. Sometimes that's the way trading goes. If it does run, it'll run down hard quickly, I think. Let's pause here and move on to the next video. Here we are. Trying to keep the content in bite-sized chunks here today so that you can go through it on your own leisure here on YouTube, this whole particular trade, and how I protected it, how I traded it, what I'm looking for, what do I expect. Bottom line, we've got ourselves hopefully at a break-even trade right now. So that's not a bad thing. And you'll watch me physically shut down the platform if it runs me out, because I don't want to see what the market does later and have that regret feeling. And then I'll come back after the market closes around that 310, 410, with the Top Step Trader rules, and look back at the market at that point and say, all right, what would I have done? What I would say, the woulda, shoulda, coulda, right? How would I have handled it differently? How could I have done better? And so forth and so on. I think we have a chance to run lows though. And so I want to try to take advantage of that opportunity, because the market will fall about 2 to 3 times faster than it will go up. So hopefully it'll overshoot the low by a couple ticks and we'll run that pivot point. Now once again, I remember 31 is 2p. So we want to kind of get kind of aggressive if we can get down below 31. Because we're only trading our one contract and we're trying to build to 1,000. That's our first overall goal. Build to 1,000 in the account. Look at that. Manipulation. It's what makes crude oil so interesting though. Such a challenging market. All right, do we have enough power to get through here? Look and see if the market has enough power now to get through that 43. Now there was a lot of interest at 61. Remember that? We want to go to 61 now. So we don't want to see the market get to 61 now. So let's protect one extra tick, because the market could easily stop here and shoot up like a rubber band. So we got our trade plus 3 ticks, and we're looking for 31 minimum right now for the market to fall at least down to 2p to get 3. Ideally, we want to see it move down towards that pivot point. Once again, where's the pivot? Pivot's located down here, and our profit target is above pivot. So that's not a bad place to be right now, in my humble opinion. I'm looking for the markets to run new lows and still stay range bound though. Now that wasn't good that we didn't run through this point right now. When it fell, I was hoping it would fall quickly. So that's not a good signal right there, unless we run quickly now. We definitely don't want to see it get back here at all. If it comes back through here, then your guess is as good as mine of which way the market will go for the rest of the day. It might just end up being a seesaw the rest of the day. Alright, here we go again. Let's stop this one and move to the next video. Here we are again. Still waiting for that market to, well, we want to see it tank for a little bit. See it come down hard. We know the market can run 3P. It's already done it today. So we know it has the ability to do it, just a matter of does it want to again. So let's pause here, see where my stop is. I'm looking for the market to get underneath this mark right here, or take us out. I'll be back. Alright, so we're getting close here, right? It didn't want to break through. The odds of it wanting to go the other way now. Alright, we're going to air to 62. We'll look at 100 and I think it can hit that 60. We definitely don't want to see 62 now. This is my way of listening to my music without YouTube hearing it, by the way. Alright, pausing again. See where I'm at, 62. Still hanging out here. We will see. We will see. Maybe we shoot down now. That move got to 58. So 58 plus 3 is 61. All right. Do we have the power? Who's got the power? Who wants to win this day? We'll see. Look at that, 60, 161. Move back to 62. I'm hoping it doesn't make a difference and we get on down. All right. Pausing again. See what happens. So what we haven't seen is the market breaking here, right? Still waiting for it to do. Obviously, I want to see it head down, but it could easily head up. So we're protecting 62, and it is what it is right now. It either wants to run or it doesn't. I will say this though, look at that. 117 at 59, 162 at 60. So there's some stops right there to hit. Hopefully it stops at 60 and then it'll head down, or it's just going to run us out. All right. All right, so we're still hanging out here. Oh, maybe. We'll see. Pausing. Let's turn the hat back this way though again. This is my down hat. Okay, I'm pausing here. Hey, what's going on? Come on now. Oh, yeah. Remember 31 was a 2P target. That's the highest red bar volume we've seen today. 1188. Usually they come in twos. Come in at 10:27 a.m. There's 31. There's a 2P target right there. That's our target. I'm looking at it. All right, 39 is 1.5. There we go. There's the second one of the two. All right, let's protect 31 now. 2P protecting. It's air to 32. All right, knocked out. All right, if I was having a second contract here, I'd still stay in it with the 1K, a 1K gain right now. But that's how I'm gonna attack the market, because I'm trying to build my account. So see, I put in plus 32 in the account right now. So my first overall goal is to get to 1K. Now I still believe this market has a good chance of getting down, like I talked about, 57.98. I probably jumped the gun a little bit too early, but we'll follow behind this to see what happens. But if I had a 1K account, then I would be trying to get on this. And I would be looking at the 3P target. 3P target is 15. Looking roughly right in there. But, you know, it is what it is. All our first overall goal is to build the account, get 1,000 into the account, and then we got a little bit of room to play with after we get the account up there. So on the end of day 1 in the combine, I'm up, well, after commission costs, $312.60. So we'll follow behind this trade as though we would have been still in it with 2 contracts. Our first contract out at 2p, out at 3p. It's your choice on that if you can trade 2. Obviously I was getting out at 1, so I wanted that 2p when it was available, so I took it. Alright, so be back in a sec. Alright, so there's 16, 15, 14. So there's your 3p target getting hit. And hey, I'm still getting adjusted to this again. It's been a while since I've been out. I wanted that 2p target. So I took it. It was available. 3p was right there. And we sat in that trade an awful long time today. $10.27, and we got involved in it right there at 9:06. Now if we translate that out to what I've talked about previously, so how many miles would I have to drive to get 32 ticks or 320? So to be able to understand what I'm trying to accomplish, I'd had to gone, looks like that many miles to get 43. 744 miles. That'd be 10 hours of work. At least. Probably a whole day. So what's the target that where I was looking for? I was looking a little below that pivot, but that would have been if I could have stayed in it. So the first contract's out, and what we're going to look at is where we put the second contract stop right now. Here's our low, 44. We'd be at 54 on the stop on the second contract right now. Until we see we have 2 1,000 red bars, but our highest volume bar is still the 2,700 that showed up right here. So we still believe that we can go down still. So what I'm going to do is pause the video and we'll be back. That's how I'd set up that second contract right now. I'd probably tighten in. If we got down to the pivot point, I'd probably take 3p out of the trade on the second contract too, once we got down to the pivot point. So 44.54, yep, I'm liking that. All right, so let's see what happens. I'm going to pause here. We'll be back in a few. Okay, so the market's pulled off this low right here at 58.12. It's not the lowest session. Lowest session is still 5,800. So it's forming kind of, let's look at this market. Our 5,800, we came up through here. And now we have the 12 mark, and now it's trying to do this, right? Trying to shoot up through here. The short might be done on the day. So we'll see. Now, if I didn't get 2 on that one contract and it would have rolled, it would have been tough, but I would have been getting out right through here on this move. So if I would have not got out here and the 3 got hit, 2 and 3, I'm getting out of this trade. I want to make sure that I get at least 2, better yet 3, if I can, on that one contract trading. In other words, what I'm trying to do is build up my equity, get that 1,000 in the account, and then give me the ability to play a little bit more in the market. But if I fall underneath the 1,000, then I'm done. So I still want to hold to that one trade a day and that trading opportunity. So that was the trade inside of that trade was the true trade was a short. Even though I went long to start with, the true trade was a short after it didn't shoot up. After it didn't shoot up, I wanted to be short because the highest blue bar volume was high. That 2784 or 2584 that showed up, that was the highest bluest bar volume, and I wanted it. The odds of it heading down were a lot greater at that point. So obviously that's just some of my experience being spoken a little bit. So let's stop this one and we'll look, and I'll tell you how this trade finishes off a little bit later on. All right, so this gives us the ability to at least look at this, and we want to go +3 above that. We don't want to be on a 5, but I don't mind being on a 6. So a 1P target is 48. So that's where we're going to hold right now. We're going to hold 48, take a few extra ticks here. And we're looking at this. So 42 plus 5 is 47. So we're holding, so that's where we'll hold. We'll hold 42 plus 5 now after this came in, and see what happens. All right, so that will complete this trade. Right there, you can see it run through 47. And it didn't want to have any more. So the low right there, 58.12 on that run going down. And it doesn't mean the trade's over on the short side, because highest volume bar is still on the blue side, but this trade for me is over. Even if I was trading the 2 contracts, that would be my exit on the second contract. Don't know which way. Now you can see the market's shooting up. It'd go and make new highs now. So we took advantage of the best opportunity that I could find and trade it and be done on the day. So the first trade was the long, right? And then the true signal came on the market, and then we took that signal because that would have been the true signal. When I took that long 4th time through, I was hoping it would shoot straight up to the 2P target and not look back, but didn't. Now you see the highest volume bar come in again right here, right? Another blue bar coming in. It's just the way it is. I mean, stops are being run right now, gun and run. Got to remember where we are too. We're kind of in that option expiration, futures expiring, contracts are being run between April and May. So all kinds of things will be going on right now. So let's just let's call it here. And this will be the end of this video series I wanted to put out for y'all today. This is Dave Knight here from 123daytrade.com. Thank you for watching. Thank you for being here. I'll see you later. Bye for now.